Hello children. Yeah. Now last class, hope you all remember we have recollected about the small game called hopscotch. Yes. So we have seen certain things how a game would be played and what are all the things which we are going to learn out from a game. Right? I hope you remember all those. Yes. Come on children now. Open your textbooks. Today we are going to learn another topic. On to page number, I would say it is 11. Right children? On to page number 11. Now the topic of today is Gilli Danda. Okay? It's called as Gilli Danda. Very common familiar name. A game which is played. Okay? Now come on. Let me read all of you onto your books. Gilli Danda is an amateur sport played rather like cricket. It is an informal street game played in the rural areas and small towns all over South Asia as well as Cambodia, Turkey and Italy. So it's an amateur game. It's not a very complete mature game, very amateur. And mostly it would be similar to cricket game. Okay, so it is played in most of the places of the South Asia and also countries like Cambodia, Turkey and Italy. The game is played with two sticks, a large one called danda, while it is used to hit the smaller one, the gilli. So we have got two sticks in this game. One is a big stick, one is a small stick. So the big stick is called as danda and the small stick is called as gilli. Okay. This story written by the famous Urdu and Hindu author Premchand is a charming account of village life. So generally we see such game played in the villages rather than in the city life. Because you don't have a free area to go and play. In the villages, everywhere, wherever you see, there are good little long lands, large lands, wherein you can play in number of ways. So, this story was written by Premchand. Okay, he's a very good author. So, let us see. I consider Gilli Danda the king of all sports. Even now, whenever I see boys playing Gilli Danda, I have a great desire to join them. So, the author is talking about this small story. So, he's telling that he feels that Gilli Danda is the king of all the sports, of all the games. And he also feels whenever he sees some children playing with the Gilli Danda, he feels like to join them. You don't need a lawn, a coat, a net or any other expensive equipment. Just climb a tree, cut a branch, make a gilli and even if there are only two of you, you can start playing. So this Gilli Danda game doesn't require a very big area as a lawn. It doesn't require a coat. It doesn't need a net. The only thing you need is two sticks. One is gilli, the other one is danda. And also, if two people are there, you can start playing with the game. As a boy, I spent many happy and absorbing hours playing this game. So, the author says many times I started to play this game. Among my fellow players was a boy named Gaya. So, he had a friend whose name was Gaya. He was a tall, thin fellow with a long, supple fingers of a monkey and with a monkey's nimbleness and uncertain temper. So, his appearance, the author is describing his friend's appearance, how he looks. He was tall, very tall, thin fellow, okay, with a long, supple finger. Supple finger is very easy to bend all the fingers of a monkey and with a monkey nimbleness and uncertain temper. That activeness what he had was was similar to a monkey, and he was having that uncertain temper, very, very angry. Whatever the shape of the gilli, he would pounce on it the way a lizard pounces on an insect. So his action, how he used to play the game? Whenever he took the gilli, he used to pounce on the gilli like a lizard. If a lizard sees an insect, when it is very hungry, what it does? It goes and jumps over it. So in the same manner, this boy, Gaia, used to fall on the gilli like a lizard. I don't know where Gaia lived, how he lived, or whose his parents were. But he was the undisputed champion of our Gilli club. So, this Gaia, the author doesn't know where this Gaia was living, where this boy was living. He doesn't know about his parents. He doesn't know about anything of the boy. The only thing the author knew was he was an excellent, a champion in playing the Gilli game. Whichever side he played for was bound to win. So, whichever side he was playing, that team used to win. I did not know where Gaia lived, how he lived, or we finished. One day, only Gaia and I were playing. So, one day, the author and Gaia were playing. He was batting, I was fielding. That you can see it in the picture. It was strange that one could spend the whole day batting, but even a minute of fielding seemed irksome. So, irksome is irritating. So, you can do the batting, okay, no problem. The whole day you can do the batting, but doing the fielding is very, very irritable because you need to see from where the gilli is going to come, whether you are going to catch it or not. I tried all means, including foul ones, which on such an occasion seemed permissible to put an end to my fielding. But Gaia would not let me go until I had got him out. So, until and unless the author, Premchand, he made Gaia out, he has to do the fielding. If Gaia was out, then only the author, Premchand, could do the batting. When all my attempts to wriggle out the fielding failed, I tried to run home. So, when the author was unable to make him out, the author used to run back to his home. Gaia caught hold of me and said fiercely, "Let me complete my turn before you go. You battle with great gusto, when it's your turn to field. Why are you running away? So, it is the time for you to field now. Where are you running? No. You have to stand here and do the fielding. I will not allow you." So, these were the words said by Gaia. If you bat the whole day, you don't expect me to go on fielding the whole day. So, the author said, if you go on batting the whole day, how can I do the fielding for the whole day? I cannot do. Then Gaia said, "Yes, I do. You have to do. I shouldn't even go home to eat or drink." So the author is telling, should I not go home to eat or drink? No, not till my turn is over. So Gaia said, no. Until and unless you make me out, until and unless my turn is over, you cannot go. I'm going home. Let's see how you stop me. So Premchand, the author, he wanted to leave forcefully. How will you go home? Do you think this is a joke? I gave you your turn. Now I'll take mine. So he said, no, you cannot. So both started with an argument. Alright, yesterday I gave you a guava. Give it back to me. So he's asking, alright, okay, you want to go home, you go. But yesterday I gave you one guava, no? You give that to me. It has gone into my stomach. So author is telling, I ate when it is in my stomach now. So, take it out then. Why did you eat my guava? So, this fellow who Gaia was telling, come on, you take it out. Why did you eat? I want my guava. You gave it to me, so I ate it. I didn't ask you for it. So, you gave me, I ate, that's all. You can't have your turn till you return my guava. So until you finish you give me my power, you will not have. I tried to free myself from Gaia's grasp, but he held on to me. I cursed him. He cursed me in return and slapped me. So both had a fight. I bit him. He hit me on my back with his danda. I started howling. So both had a little fight. Both started to kick each other, beat each other, fight each other. Then Gaia could not match this weapon of mine. He took to his heels. I promptly wiped my eyes, forgot the blow I had received, and I ran home laughingly. So the author, he wiped his tears, he had a laugh, and then he ran away. Soon after this incident, my father was transformed to another town. In the excitement of going to a new place, I quite forgot my old playmates. So the author was very happy to go. Okay, he forgot about his playmates. Playmates are the people who play during the friends, are the friends who play during the play. 20 years went by and I qualified as an engineer. While touring the districts, I arrived by chance in the same small town that I had lived in as a child. I stayed in the dark bungalow. Eager to refresh old memories, I went out for a walk but was sorely disappointed. So, how the beautiful world of my childhood had changed. So, after 20 years, the author went back to the village as an engineer. Okay, so he became an engineer, he went back to the place. And once he arrived over there, he remembered all his childhood memories, how he used to play the gilli danda, okay, and he used to stay in the dark bungalow, okay. Then when he went over to see what is over there, he felt very disappointed. Suddenly, I saw 2 or 3 boys playing gilli danda in an open space nearby. So why was he disappointed? Because he saw 2 or 3 children playing gilli danda. For a second, I completely forgot myself. I went up to one of the boys and said, "Tell me, does a man named Gaia live here somewhere?" So, the author, he ran very quickly and he said, "Okay, now children, look here, boys. Does anyone remember a name like Gaia? Does he live here?" "You mean Gaia, the groom?" asked the boy timidly. "Oh, do you feel that is the Gaia who is the groom?" "Yeah. Yes, I think so," I replied. "Can you call him for a minute?" So, author asked the boy to call Gaia for a minute. The boy ran off and reappeared in few minutes with a short dark man. I recognized my old playmate straight away and wanted to fling my arms around him, but I stopped myself. So, what did the author do? He saw his very old playmate, very old friend Gaia, who was very short, dark man. Okay, he wanted to go and hug his friend, but he stopped. "Well, Gaia," I said coolly, "do you recognize me?" Gaia bowed his head. "How could I not recognize you, Malik?" He said humbly, "I hope you are well." So even Gaia could recognize Premchand. "I was fine, I am fine," I said. "Tell me about yourself." So now the author is telling, "I am fine, Gaia. Now you tell me about yourself." "I am Deputy Sahib's groom, Sarkar," he replied. So groom bole to he is a servant. So I am Deputy Sahib's groom over here, Sarkar. "And Matai, Mohan, Durga, where are they? Do you have any news of them?" I asked. So he asked all about his friends. "Matai died, Mohan and Durga are both postmen, and you, Sarkar?" So Gaia replied, "Matai, he died. Mohan and Durga, they both are the postman. And what about you, Sarkar?" Gaia looked astonished. "Where is the time, Malik?" He said, I am the engineer of this district. "Do you still play gilli danda?" I asked. So he said, "I am the engineer of this whole district. Now shall we play gilli danda? Do you play gilli danda?" Gaia looked astonished. Where is the time, Malik? He said. I have to earn my living. Yes, he has grown very big. Now he can't play gilli danda all the time. He has to spend his life by earning. Come, I said. Today you and I will play gilli danda. You bat, I'll field. I haven't forgotten that I owe you a turn at batting. So I missed at that time. I remember it. Come on, let us both of us play. I would be fielding, you would be batting. Gaia agreed to play very reluctantly. Yes, he was a laborer on daily wages. So he was a laborer, he was a servant over there. I was a senior officer. What did the two of us have in common? So, author is the officer and Gaia is the servant there. I took Gaia back with me to the dark bungalow, and then we both drove in my car to the spot where we were going to play. So, the author, what did he do? He took Gaia to the place where they were playing. We also took an axe with us. Despite my inner excitement, I managed to look very composed. Gaia's face showed no signs of either eagerness or pleasure. Perhaps the mind was too oppressed by the difference in our status. So, Gaia was looking very normal. So, the author took Gaia in the car to play in a place where they both used to play together. So the author, he climbed a tree to take the branches, to take the sticks, and then both of them started to play. And Gaia did not show any facial expressions. He was very normal because he was tensed inside. I am playing with a engineer. I am playing with my senior boss, and I am a servant. That was ringing in his mind. Did you ever think of me all these years? I asked. Be truthful, Gaia. So, author asked, did you ever think of me, Gaia? Please be true to yourself. How could I presume to think of you, Sarkar? He said awkwardly. How can I? But I thought of you quite often, I said a little sadly. I still remember that blow you gave me with your danda. So, they started to recollect the fight they had before. That was a long ago, Sarkar. Please do not remind me of it. Gaia looked very sorry. Wah, I said, why not? That memory remains the sweetest memory of my childhood. So, Sarkar, or the author was telling, that is a beautiful memory to me, Gaia. I remember it very well. We were now about 3 miles away from the town. Everything was quiet and peaceful. The sky was lit by the rays of the evening sun. I rapidly climbed a tree and cut a branch to make a gilli and danda. So, they were 3 miles away from the town. So, the author ran on to climb the tree to take up a branch and make a gilli and danda. Then we began playing. I hit the gilli, making it leap up in the air. Gaia tried to catch it, but it fell behind him. He seemed to have lost his old dexterity. Dexterity means that cleverness or the skill. No gilli had ever escaped Gaia when we were children. So, no gilli has escaped because he has grown old. He was unable to catch the gilli. I started batting. I was out of practice, but I made up for my lack of skill by cheating at every opportunity. Gaia watched without saying a word how accurate his arms used to be in the old days. His gilli had never failed to hit the danda. Now it missed the danda every time. So, when Gaia was very small, the gilli never used to miss the danda, but now it started to miss. And I had been batting for half an hour. The gilli did hit the danda once, but I refused to acknowledge the fact. Surprisingly, Gaia did not argue. So, after reaching these many years, there was no argument even though the author made any mistake. Gaia did not argue. Had we been children, Gaia would have climbed on my back by now and never allowed me to get away with such deceit. So, if they would have been children, then Gaia would not allow the author to leave the ground. Deceit means cunning nature. But now it was the easiest thing to make a fool of him. He had forgotten everything. So, as there was no years from these many years that he did not play, Gaia completely forgot the game. Okay, so it was easy for him to fool. After a minute, the gilli hit the danda again, and this time as loudly and unmistakably as a pistol shot. It hit, Gaia declared joyfully. So, Gaia was able to hit the gilli with the danda. Did it, I said, pretending to look very puzzled. I didn't see it hit, but it made a loud noise, Gaia protested. Perhaps it hit a brick, I said. Even I was amazed at the extent of my tampering with the truth. Both Gaia and I had seen as well as heard the gilli hitting the danda, but he accepted my preposterous suggestion about the brick. So now Gaia has changed his attitude. Before he used to argue. When he was a child, he used to argue. He used to beat. Even though he was wrong, he used to beat. But now, after growing up to 20 more years, after a gap of 20 years when they met, when he played, even though Gaia was fooled by the author, the Gaia did not get angry. He did not argue. I began batting again, but now I was feeling sorry for Gaia, the simpleton. So, when he hit the danda for the third time, I graciously allowed him to bat. Should we not continue the game tomorrow? Asked Gaia. It's getting dark. No, I said, not wanting to give him a chance to play a good long innings the following day. So, the author said, no, we'll do it now only. Tomorrow, no, we will not postpone. Gaia started batting, but very poorly. In few minutes, he was out. So, few minutes, Gaia was batting and he was out because it was getting darker. You can bat again if you like, I said generously. No, he said, it's really getting dark now. We drove back to the town as darkness fell and lamps were being lit. Before leaving me, Gaia said, there will be a gilli danda match here tomorrow and all the old players will play. Will you come? Fix the time and I will tell the others. So, Gaia was telling, oh come on, let's have a match tomorrow. Same place. You tell me the time. All our old friends will come to play. You tell me the time and I will bring all our friends. I told him to organize the match early in the evening and went to see it in the following day. It was a group of about 20 players and included several of my old classmates. So, Gaia planned for a match the next day. In that, how many people came? 20. And now in this 20, few of them were the author's friends. The rest were young men whom I did not know. The game began. I watched sitting in my car. So, the author was sitting in the car and the game was going on. The author was watching the game. Gaia's performance that day astounded me. What skill, what grace. How his childhood talent had matured. All his awkwardness of the previous day had disappeared. So, the first day when author and Gaia met, Gaia did not play nicely because it was a very long gap. Next day they had a game, they had a competition. So, in the competition, Gaia showed all his skills, all his talent. Seeing the way he sent the gilli flying through the air like an arrow, I realized that he had played with me so expertly the day before, I would definitely have been reduced to tears. So, the author was thinking, if the game which Gaia is playing now, if he would have played yesterday, then I would have cried because so marvelously Gaia played the game. During the game, one of the young men tried to be little high-handed. There was an argument between him and Gaia, but such was Gaia's anger and authority that the youth had to retract his words. So there was small argument between Gaia and the young man. So young man could not win over Gaia. Now I know that Gaia had not played with me that day before. He had only pretended to play. So author realized that Gaia only pretended. Pretended means acting. So he just acted as a play, but he did not play the real game. That was because he was indulging me like you indulge a child, allowing me to win. I was an officer. He was a poor man. This fact stood between us like a wall. So why did Gaia did not play very well the day before? Because Gaia understood that his friend was the officer and he was a poor man. So that there was a wall built between an officer and a poor man. That is the reason Gaia did not win when author met him the first time. Now I could get indulge from him, politeness from him, but not commandership. So Gaia was still in a very commandative nature. As children we were equals, but now I was no match for him, only an object of pity. Gaia had grown bigger, I had become smaller. Okay, so this is the beautiful story of Gilli Danda game, right? Yes, so this is being taken from the stories written by Premchand. Right, children? So you should be able, this story tells us, we should be able to accept our fault. We should be able to accept our loss. If a game is played, you should either accept the win or accept the loss also. Right? Hope you have enjoyed the lesson, children. Thank you.